Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. We're keeping it real, goes right. Welcome back to the most interactive wrestling stream on the interweb. Welcome back to Big Ohm Live. I still don't remember what we're calling this officially, but we are here running into some weird technical difficulties on the back end, which is why I was late. Hopefully, those have subsided. Hopefully, we don't got no more of those. Hopefully, y'all are ready to ask y'all questions. We got a good amount to talk about today. Tonight, AEW Dynamite emanating from Texas. There's a bunch of matches. Fright Night Dynamite, I believe, is what they are referring to it as. And there's quite a bit going on. Of course, as Dynamite was set to go live today, there was some interesting news that came out about Enzo Amore. I should say Enzo, the formerly known as Enzo Amore, and him potentially joining AEW. He has made his point very clear about this and where he stands on this. So I'll get into that and so much more. Whatever the hell else you guys want to talk about, we'll get into it. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already done so. Subscribe if you haven't already, for those of you not subscribed. And if you guys want to guarantee your question or statements are out in the air, you got two ways of doing it. You can either leave a super chat or you can become a member for just $5 a month. That's the best way for the rest of the year, at least, to guarantee you get your question or statement read out, answered on the air. Just like our good friend Tyrese Empire. Welcome back, my friend. You also have Jamie in the chat. What's up, Jamie? Amsterdam in the house. I cannot wait. I'm going to Amsterdam very soon. It's going to be a fun time. Going to be an emotional time. Going to be a great time. I'm going to the Van Gogh Museum. I got tickets for that. Very excited about the Van Gogh Museum. Never been. And everyone just tells me it's a very immersive and dope experience. So looking forward to the Amsterdam. But we are not here to talk about Amsterdam. We're here to talk about professional wrestling. So let's get right into it. Enzo Amore. He has been through quite a lot, has done quite a lot, and allegedly has not been such a great guy, to say the least. Part of that is because he had some allegations against him a couple of years ago, and that is what ended up ending his WWE run. And ever since then, he's kind of been like he's a weird character in the world of professional wrestling, in that he's kind of shows up at different events. He'll like troll a little bit. Of course, he had that one promotional stunt that he had at Survivor Series a couple of years ago where he like showed up at the front row of Survivor Series, tried to start his whole, "My name is Enzo Amore. I am a certified G," hard camera side. And well, ever since then, he's tried to make different forays back in pro wrestling. And today, he let it be known where he stands personally on the idea of coming to All Elite Wrestling. Because Enzo Amore, yes, that Enzo Amore, has... Sorry, just checking something real quick. Sorry, but Enzo Amore made it clear. Eric is making it clear he can't stand Enzo Amore anymore. Let's take a look at what Enzo had to say. He said this, Real One, a.k.a. Enzo Amore, states that he reached out to AEW, but there was no interest in him. That is a wild thing. That is wild. That's crazy, bro said. There was no interest. Shout out to Wrestle Purists for the aggregation there. But here's the quote. Or should I read it like Enzo Amore? I mean, that might be a funny little thing. AEW was something I considered. I reached out. They had no interest. I'm at the point where if it's F me, it's F you. I mean, what do I care? What do I care? Hey, I'm walking here. Like, if you ever want to do a good Enzo Amore accent, just hit that. I'm walking here. Just hit one of those. I mean, what do I care? What are you going to... What, are you going to cancel me? I have nothing to lose, bro. I've already lost everything. I've been dragged through the mud. The crazy thing is, like, Enzo Amore At least in my head, like he sounds like a young Vince Russo. Like, bro, let me tell you, bro. He just sounds like Vince Russo with a little bit more of a scratchy voice. Like, I don't know. But Enzo dropping an Enzo bomb there, stating that he has not been approached by AEW. In fact, he approached AEW, and they said they were not interested. And I think this begs the question: why would AEW not be interested in bringing in an Enzo Amore, someone who in the past has been, a quite decent promo, sometimes a very good promo, especially when he was with Big Cass and they were in NXT and then they came up to the main roster. I think Enzo inarguably was a very good promo, and he had an energy and a feeling about him that felt really dope. Then he goes up to the main roster. I think some of that energy went with them. Some of it got lost. But over time, it just did not feel like, it had much staying power. And for AEW right now, with the roster that they have, with the integration of all of these different rosters that they are in partnership with, whether it be CMLL, whether it be New Japan Pro Wrestling or otherwise, whether it be their own developmental in Ring of Honor, I'm not sure where Enzo fits into this. Is he someone you are going to go out and try to get and sign if you don't really have a plan for him? No. It'd be different if we're talking about potentially bringing in someone with significant name value, potentially like a Ronda Rousey, because at least that would be a major name and draw some eyeballs that otherwise would not be on the product. Like, Enzo is a guy you would sign if you have a need for that on the show. You don't have a need for a guy like Enzo, in my view, for AEW. In fact, I think the roster is pretty bloated right now. And, they're at a place where they're like actively switching things around. They're trying to cycle people in and out, which I think is a good thing. But adding Enzo to the mix and then expecting him to be like a pretty prominent character, I'm not sure where that fits. I'm not sure how that fits. Everyone in the AEW office must be laughing about this again. That's again is crazy. It's like they laughed about it when he asked, and now they laugh about it when they hear it again. That's crazy. Of course not. And of course not. AEW is interested in Endo. Yeah, I mean that's great. That is crazy. That is actually crazy work, to be honest with you. Like admitting publicly that a company was not interested in you. That to me is like the most crash out Enzo Amore way of trying to get attention. And shout out to Enzo. He gets more motion than I do, certainly. But my God, man. Like, it's just wild. It's a wild one. Michelle, welcome. Welcome. No need to say sorry. Hello, Sharon. Sharon! What's up, everyone? Hope y'all are doing well. If you guys haven't already done so, do me a favor. Smash that thumbs up. We're just getting started here today. Be sure to hit that like button, guys. Consider becoming a member. Get yourself access to some exclusive videos. We got a lot to get into. Of course, the other big thing that I think everyone wants to talk about is this big teaser. As I covered on Monday during the Monday stream, WWE had put out this big teaser, and there were a lot of people walking. It was like close-ups of people's shoes. You saw some boots. You saw some loafers, etc. And the question on everyone's mind was, well, okay, what's going on here? Is this potentially Andrade coming back? That's what everyone was saying, right? That's what a lot of people were speculating. Is this Andrade? Is this potentially Santos Escobar? Is this someone else? Is there a returning Brock Lesnar? That was the speculation we heard. And then we got the big reveal of what this actually was. And this was, of course, beginning with Triple H, the big reveal of the WrestleMania poster. You can see we got the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, We have the big dog, Roman Reigns. We got at one of the side seats, CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, and then Triple H and Paul E. Dangerously himself watching in the sidelines as these guys gamble, drink merrily. I guess everyone but Punk drinks merrily. And this, yes, was no. This had no reason. This had no reason to exist other than to be. Look at it. Combo tickets going on sale, fam. Combo tickets going on sale. That's what this was. This was WWE going out, putting out these teasers to try to create interest, which worked. The issue was a large portion of the fan base believed that this was not a huge teaser for Mania, but it was a huge teaser for a potential return or story. And look, I understand why people thought that, but from a marketing perspective, it was a good idea that worked. This video, as we're speaking, only on X, has 2.8 million views. It's doing very well. I almost spilled my coffee on me. And it is, look, it worked. It worked. It got y'all talking, didn't it? Now, the backlash that WWE is facing over this is pretty significant. I think even some WWE fans are just are we serious? Are we seriously doing this? And to that, I will say, yes. Kind of ridiculous that it was all a major tease for that. The one thing I think that can save this for WWE or that I would just say is it's not like this took up TV time. And because if it took up TV time and that's what this was, well, then it would be really, really obnoxiously bad. This was something that was done almost exclusively online. I think people should just chalk it up to a promotional thing. That doesn't mean it was great or whatever. But I think people need to. I guess my larger point is I think people need to probably expect less from WWE as far as trying to build these larger storylines. It's just not what they do. They're trying to promote the things that they are selling first and foremost, and that is what they are about. That's what you should expect from them. I know one of those shoes was Brock. Yeah, the cowboy shoes. I was yeah, it's 100 P Brock. What's up, Caracol? Caracol. Am I reading this right? Enzo and AEW. We just talked about this. Enzo confirmed that he was indeed he reached out to AEW to try to get a job. He reached out to people in AEW and he was explicitly told that there was no interest in him. So that's what we covered. I covered it pretty much at length earlier on in the stream. So yeah, for some reason, I don't remember. You don't remember Enzo Amore stinking it up in the main event of Monday Night Raw as the 205 Live Cruiserweight Champion? Oh, no. You were, well, I mean, I barely remember that because that's I think Enzo and Vince booking in 2019 is one of the main reasons I tuned out in back then. I'm also pretty much about to tune out of WWE for a little bit here. And by tune out, I mean just stop. Because I was gonna save a lot of this for a future video I was gonna do, but I would just let part of it out now. Because on the streams, you guys know this is what I do. I'm telling y'all how I feel about pro wrestling. I think pro wrestling to me has always been something I view as a distraction from the perils, to be dramatic, the perils of life. And by perils, I mean, look, it's all subjective. Perils can be the stress you face at work, the stress you face at home, but a distraction from, life. It's an immersion into a world that is not real. And I think for especially the past couple of years, I've been very locked into pro wrestling. And up until in August, I did not miss a single Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown ever since 2021 when they returned back to the road. And despite how things would be bad, despite how things would be okay, despite how great things would be, I never stopped. Recently I stopped watching SmackDown. Apparently it was a really good decision. I've still been watching and keeping up with Raw, but I think I'm probably gonna like tune out for a while. Number one, because actually for three reasons really. Number one, I mean the product is just in a place that I did not think it was capable of being in, as far as just how bad it is. And that is like my personal opinion. I think that WWE right now is as bad as it was when Vince was booking it in 2019, which is a damn indictment of Triple H as a booker in my view. I don't think the storylines make sense in large part. I think they are over relying on this idea that aura is everything. I think they are over relying on this idea that they can just have Jey Uso come out, do an entrance for 8 minutes, repeat that entrance, and then cut a pretty garbage nonsense promo with one of the best promos of all time in CM Punk. I think that there's just not enough effort put into the show. And that immersion that I used to feel about WWE is just no longer in existence. It's not something I'm happy about, but it is what it is. You combine that with the fact that the product has done a lot over the past couple of months, especially under the TKO era, I think, to discredit fans and discredit some of the valid critiques they have about how expensive tickets are, their partnership with monstrous genocidal regimes like Saudi Arabia, their lack of care in these critiques, because Nick Khan can go out and just say, God, well, here we go. God, you got too cheap to afford tickets. Especially, and which is hilarious when Randy Orton gets confronted. He got confronted, not confronted, I shouldn't say confronted, but Randy Orton was with a fan. He was caught on video with a fan asking how much they spent on tickets and was blown away. He was blown away. But like he was mind blown. People spending $10,000 on tickets to sit up in the cheap seats in heaven, at the gates of heaven. What are we doing? What are we doing? Anyway, so there's that. Combine that with the fact that the product is no good. Like, I think there are wrestlers whose work I still enjoy and I would like to follow. It's just not good. In large part, it is not good. There's a very stale structure to a lot of the promos. It's too predictable. And in order to throw unpredictability at it, instead of planting the seeds of actual sensible storytelling, which is supposed to be what wrestling is, they just give you aura moments. They give you, Brock Lesnar is back in WWE, and you can get a shirt at WWEshop.com. You get like, Nikki Bella is back. Shout out to Nikki Bella. But I didn't come here for nostalgia. I'm not watching simply for big moments that are like, oh my God, this person returned for no reason. I'm watching to get engaged week to week. WWE does not do that. What is your purpose of watching WWE? For me, I don't know. I don't know. So, I think you combine that with all the other factors I mentioned, I think it's just time for me to check out of the WWE product. I'm still going to watch AAA probably, because I actually enjoy the presentation of AAA a lot better than I enjoy the presentation of Raw. I think I enjoy like the wrestling certainly better. WWE main roster is like not good for wrestling right now. And that's like, it is what it is. We got Frank saying Jey Uso yeet stuff. I am so over it. You know what's wild? A lot of people are going to be like, oh, Omer, you're just overreacting to Jey Uso. You yeet. It's not just the Jey Uso thing. Although I do think that moment at the beginning of Raw was the hump that broke the camel's back, I think, for me. That was like what is it? Not the hump, the straw that broke the camel's back, whatever it was. Like, that was like, it was an amalgamation of like everything, and I was just like, oh, F it, I'm done. Eric Douglas, do you watch NXT? Not anymore. I think NXT has also, for different reasons, like taken a bit of a nosedive creatively. I think it makes a lot more sense as a show, but it's just not for me, if that makes sense. But I would say, like, booking wise, it still makes a lot of sense. It's just marketed, I think, to a very different people or person. Like, I will always love the WWE, and that is well within your right to. I got no problem with people saying that WWE is your thing and that's what you love. That the best part about wrestling is it's just like music. Some people like rock, some people like hip hop, some people like country. Although, if you like country, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. But people like a lot of different stuff, right? Listen to whatever music you want. Sometimes like I was a huge fan of Eminem growing up. Not a huge fan of Eminem's latest work, dog. Like Houdini. Like, come on, what are we doing? What was Houdini? Anyway, I'm not gonna harp on that. But I was a huge fan of. Huge fan of Kanye West back in the day when he was putting out bangers. Now he's like doing this crash out shit, and it's like I'm like, of course I'm not a fan of that, right? I'm not saying WWE that's an equal comparison, although, but I guess my point is tastes evolve, change, and people and artists and companies evolve, man. Hey, what is wrong with country? Oh no, did I hit a nerve with the country music fans? If you like country, hit that thumbs up. If you don't like country, also hit that thumbs up. Guys, your reminder to smash that like button if you haven't already. All you got to do is scroll up, hit like. That's all I need you to do. That helps out the channel a lot. So you didn't like the women tag title main event this week? No, I mean, it's not even about that. Did I like it? You know what? It meant nothing. I'll go on. I liked it in a vacuum, but pro wrestling is not just about in a vacuum wrestling matches, right? It's so weird, right? Because people all the time will come to me, oh, you only like it for the in-ring product. No, it's fucking stupid. No one listens. If you think that I'm one of those guys who's just I just saw an insane match. Oh my God. What was the story leading up to it? Oh, I can't explain it. No. If I like something, there's a reason why I like it, and there's a story to be told, whether it's in the match leading up to it or both. There wasn't that in anything that happened. That's what I'm sick. I'm sick of a lot of things. I'm also getting angry. I genuinely think too, part of it is I've consumed way too much wrestling over the past couple of years. Way too much wrestling. Probably more than anyone should. So probably best for me to take at least WWE out of the equation. AEW I'm still very high on. I enjoy it. That immersive feeling that I get or that I used to get watching WWE, I certainly now get with AEW. It just makes a lot more sense. Jay Zackley, a good promo when he's allowed to be. Yeah, but he's regressed on TV. He might actually be a good promo, but when he's out there, he's not cutting good promos. And this has been a thing for multiple years now. He just goes up there and be like, CM Punk, yeet. I'm going to whoop your ass, B. CM Punk, yeet. Screw you, yeet. You don't know what I mean. He's crying. He's crying in the middle of his promo. What are we doing, dog? What are we doing? I'm main event Jey Uso, man. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? If you like rap, you got to listen to Raciones. Probably mispronounced that. From Brazil. You'll love it. Most videos on YouTube have English lyrics, so you'll be fine. Look, if the music is good, I don't care what language it's in. If you like reggae, listen to Morado from Spain. Yeet, yeet. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. What do we got here? I love Blake Monroe in WWE NXT. Yeah. Honestly, Omar, this is the same criticism people had in 2023 and 2024. I think this is a similar criticism to what you could say WWE was dealing with in 2023, like the latter part of 2023. The issue is the period of how consistently bad it's gotten and been is much longer. Because if you remember, the point where people were saying WWE was kind of like taking a bit of, not a downward spiral certainly, but it was certainly getting a lot more stale, was following SummerSlam 2023. That was after the big program that Roman had with Jay and that weird ending, and then slowly like you did have moments like the CM Punk return, which was pretty isolated in a last minute thing, but the storytelling was not good during that time. Then you get into, I would say, like the peak. You had, or one of the peaks, I should say, of their storytelling in the integration of The Rock and the Bloodline and leading into WrestleMania 40. And that was certainly not the best told story, but it was dope week to week. We were locked in. We had that immersion. And then, okay, Cody wins at Mania 40. There was a drop-off. And we never got back. We never got back consistently. I think, if anything, the lack of goodwill, or the goodwill that has been eroded by WWE for its fans through bad storytelling, has painted it in a worse light. Because at least if WWE had all these shitty things going on in Saudi Arabia or wherever, at least you could point to it and be like, all right, man, at least it's entertaining though. At least the wrestling is good. At least the storylines are good. You can't even say that right now. So then automatically people are interested in your show. So if they're going to talk about you, is like, damn, bro, did you see what Roman said about Trump? Damn, bro, did you see what Nick Khan said about people not being able to afford tickets? It's crazy. It's insane, because nobody had any of this stuff to say about you when you were putting out good stories. And that's not me saying that people shouldn't say that stuff even when they're telling good stories. I was saying it. But I'm just... It'd be a lot easier for them, but they don't do it. Whatever. That's on them. I think Jimmy is about to turn heel on his brother. Brother, I don't care. Jimmy, Jay, I don't care. I saw somebody... Shout out to him. I saw somebody pitch that Jimmy Uso should be the bloodline killer or something. He should be the one to end the bloodline. I'm like, my brother, I don't care about Jimmy Uso. Outside of him being a tag team wrestler or being back with Sammy in the bloodline, I don't care about Jimmy Uso. I will never forget the moment when he was trying to be emotional with Gunther because of what he did to Jimmy, and the crowd couldn't even stop eating. Yeah, that's crazy, brother. That was crazy. That was insane. Almost as insane as you guys. 19 of you here. Love every single one of you. But only 7 likes? What are we doing here? Let's pump those numbers up. Those are rookie dookie numbers. Let's get those numbers up, guys. Be sure to smash that thumbs up if you haven't already. Once we get that ratio better, I will stop plugging it. But you guys got to do me a favor. Help me help you by smashing that thumbs up. Anyway, what do we got here? Jay's actually great. Yeah, no, I read this. Someone on YouTube, some YouTubers are saying that WWE wants to force Andrade back. Is this true? So there was a report, I believe, by PW Insider stating that there was talk within WWE of potentially trying to bring Andrade back. I'm not sure how far that is going to go or could go, because remember, at the end of the day, he was fired. He was not released due to a budget cut. He was fired with cause. I highly doubt that WWE, after recently firing him, are going to bring him in certainly at the same rate they had him at before, considering that he was fired because of a actual discipline, or what seems to be an actual disciplinary reason. So I wouldn't put too much stake into that idea, Could he end up back in WWE? Who knows? And crazier things have happened. He showed up on Dynamite a couple of weeks ago, and now he's got a 1 year non-compete. I'm not sure though how long that non-compete will end up being, because I do think that there's certainly a way that he could probably try to settle that whole thing. Big O, in my opinion, AEW's women's division is the best thing in wrestling right now, along with their tag division. I think the AEW tag team division is certainly up. The AEW women's division certainly been getting a lot better. Still waiting on that main event, dog, but I'm a huge fan of it. I think that the tag team, the integration of the tag team championships for the women's division is great, and I'm interested to see who they have win. Like I was always of the idea of, like, you know, having Mercedes in that tournament with, like, and you could do like a weird, like, you know, you could do a weird team. You could do her and Harley. I thought would have been a really good team to put in there, but that's not the direction that they seem to be going in. Instead, they're going with Mercedes and Stat, and they're running it back at Full Gear 1 year later. It's a very... it's not the way I would do it, is all I will say. The link I sent you is the most beautiful belt in wrestling. You sent me a link? Is this on Twitter? Where'd you send me a link, dog? I don't know where you sent me a link. Guys, be sure to smash that thumbs up if you haven't already. What else we got? It's like, what is this? I want to see it. The most beautiful belt in wrestling? Yeah, send it over. Let's see it. MIT won the tournament 13 13 belts. I mean, she might have won another belt. I do think she's going back. She's going back to I believe, Italy this week. I believe she's going back to Italy this week. So she might win. Who knows? She might come back with another belt. She might be 13 belt Monet by the time you guys see this again. How many belts does AEW have in whole? Okay, let's run through them. You have the AEW Men's Women's World Championships, TBS, TNT. Then you have the Women's Tag Team, which were just introduced, the Trios Tag Team, the Tag Team, World Tag Team, whatever you want to call them. And then you have, okay, hold up. Now, then you have the Unified Championship, because I almost called it the International, but no, it's the Unified Championship, which brings it up to 8. That is 8 canon championships. That is not counting Ring of Honor. That is not counting any of Mercedes' additional belts. That is not counting anything else. There are 8 championships right now in All Elite Wrestling. And if you're asking yourself, Omar, why the F are there... 9? What's the 9th belt? What's the 9th belt? Am I missing a belt? No, there's 8. There's 8. Oh no, don't do this. No, don't do this right now. All right, all right, let's go. We're on AEW's Wikipedia. Let's run through this now. So we got World Championship. Okay, no, this does not count. This is one belt now. All right, so there's World Championship, Unified Championship, TNT Championship. That's 3. Tag Team, World Trios. That's 4 or 5. Then we got the Women's and TBS Championship. That's 6, 7. 6, 7. And then we got the Women's Tag Team Championship. That's 8. I'm mad. I didn't even mean to do that, dog. I didn't even mean to do that. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. Yo, Brain Rot TikTok, let's go. Me and Brain Rot TikTok, all Skibbity Toilet Edition, baby. Let's go. Half of her belts of nothing mean nothing when it comes to AEW. That's not true. That is not true. And you know what? This is a great transition into me shamelessly telling you about my latest video where I actually talk about the critiques that are levied against Mercedes Moné. So this is already up on the channel. It was first for members. You guys can hit that join button to get exclusive access to a bunch of content. But why everyone hates Mercedes Moné, that's like actually one of the critiques I talk about in that video. So go check that out after this stream. Is the Lisbon Absolute World Champion from PT WrestleFest is like the AEW World Champion, but with the shield of the country in the middle. Okay, well, we'll pull this up. What do we got here? You said it's the Lisbon, as in Portugal, Absolute, no Ricky Starks Championship from PT WrestleFest. All right, let's see. Let me see what we got here. Is this the championship? I'm trying to see. The Lisbon. Lisbon. All right. Portugal WrestleFest did come up. All right. I don't think any of the titles that are that Google is showing me are the titles that you're talking about. These are all like WWE championships. Hold up. We'll keep looking here. WDBDs for sale. I don't know how long the TBS title is going to be valid. I mean, it depends who buys them. I mean, at a certain point, I do think. Trump's administration is going to do nothing when it comes to antitrust, I guess. So I guess that's where we are. But outside of that, the consolidation of media in general, I think, is generally a bad thing. So we'll see what happens in there. Okay, hold up. I think I pulled it up. Or I think I have it at least. Here we go. Is this not it? What the fudge cookies? I'm trying not to curse. That's why I said fudge cookies. Don't think I'm lame, guys. Okay. Is this it? Is this it? It looks like the AEW World Championship, but with the country shield in the middle. I kind of see that. It's kind of like the... Yeah, no. It's kind of shaped like the AEW Championship. I like it. That's a good belt. It's a good belt. Shout out to Lisbon. Shout out to Portugal. Shout out to the homies in Portugal. And the homies everywhere watching the stream. Be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And become a member. Hit that join button to get access to some exclusive content. SmackDown ratings came out, and they did a 1.147. Damn, that's sad. Yeah, the ratings in wrestling have been really bad lately. I spoke about this pretty much at length on Monday. I mean, again, this is my very educated guess. I would be very, very surprised if there wasn't like an overcorrection on wrestling content, or not an overcorrection, but some sort of an underestimate compared to other content. Because again, this is all an estimate at the end of the day, but I think it's probably going to be something that needs to be looked into there. Because I mean, SmackDown, we're talking like SmackDown's down by like 200,000-300,000 compared to where it was. You got, on average, AEW down 200,000-300,000 from where it was. And that's not good. That's really bad. It's really bad. Yes, there's that in another version. I'm a fan of hers, and I'm just being honest. A fan of whose? Mercedes? Shout out to Mercedes, man. What do we got here? They can change them to the Paramount and Skydance Championship. The Paramount and Skydance titles would be crazy. Yeah, no. I hope Larry Ellison doesn't buy that shit. That'd be crazy. I mean, I don't know. Like how much did he pay for? How much did that dude pay for for Barry Weiss's free press? Wasn't it like it was like $100 million or something? Dog, I cannot believe that. That's crazy work. I don't know. Bro might not have that much money laying around at this point. You just spend it on random shit. Anyway, nah, chill. Although if you want to buy my channel, it's up for sale. Going rate for Barry Weiss, if you're paying her $150 million, I'll bring it down to 50. I think Tony should change the TBS championship to the AEW Women's Championship. They have an AEW Women's World Championship. They have one. Maybe like the women, like I like the TBS Championship kind of being its own thing. When is Blood and Guts? Blood and Guts is, I believe, November 3rd. Oh, hold up. We got 5th. I think it's a week from. It's 2 weeks from today. Oh my God. I believe it's 2 weeks from today. Let me confirm that. AEW Blood and Guts. Let's confirm. Oh my God, confirm is crazy. Sorry. Just making sure things aren't burning down at work, as they tend to do. We got AEW Blood and Guts. Yeah, 2 weeks from today. Get your tickets now. In fact, let's do a quick ticket check on some of these upcoming wrestling shows. Courtesy of WrestleTix. I should get some sort of some sort of partnership with WrestleTix to promote their stuff, because they do really good work, and that's they're the standard when it comes to that stuff, man. So we got Monday Night Raw. Okay, let's go through the WrestleTix update, the weekly WrestleTix update. So we got Monday Night Raw this week, or coming up in Madison Square Garden in a couple of weeks. A whole lot of people going to be there. 14,000 tickets distributed, currently set up for 16. I think they will certainly fit 16,000 plus for John Cena's final match, or final time at MSG, excuse me. We have AEW Full Gear a couple of weeks away. They're at 7,300, currently set up for nearly 9,000. They move usually a lot of tickets week of, and in the New York market, they traditionally get a lot of, AEW at least gets a good amount of same-day tickets / walk-ins. So I would expect that final number to be right around 9,500 to 10,000, which is pretty much in line with what they usually do here. Last year, they did Full Gear, same arena. It was right there at 10,600. So I would expect somewhere in the ballpark of that for them as well. AEW Dynamite coming to you live from Edinburgh, Texas. They have 2,700 tickets distributed as of yesterday, so I would assume it's going to be right around that to 3,000 for them. You also have AEW Cardiff coming up here, where they are going to be at a very small venue, the Utilia Arena in Cardiff. This is where they had Dynamite last year, leading up to AEW All in Wembley Stadium. And right there, they had just over 4,200, or just about 4,200. They're set up for 4,100 right now. Tickets distributed. Excuse me, can barely speak. Tickets distributed at 2,630. You also have Monday Night Raw, John Cena's final appearance at the TD Garden, from Garden to Garden. Sold 12,300 tickets. 13,000 is the setup. You also have AEW Collision in Erie. I don't know what they're doing in Erie. Tickets selling barely with 900 tickets. They have some time to sell those tickets, but 900 tickets sold. Again, a very small venue, but not that small. And then you got the big kahuna, John Cena's final match in the worst city in the world, the nation's capital, the home of fascism, Washington, D.C., currently, or as of October 28th, yesterday, currently sitting at right around 15,000 tickets distributed with a setup of 16,000. I checked this yesterday. To get in the building, it is going to cost you minimum $500. I believe there are third-party retailers that are listing some of these Gates of Heaven seats up there at right around like 3 something. So we are certainly looking at some expensive tickets. I'm talking to you, Brian and Kenny. I'm also talking to the entire chat when I say you guys need to smash that thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go through. Let's see if there's anything else. We have Friday Night SmackDown coming to you live from Grand Rapids. Only 1,200 tickets distributed. I mean, they got like a month to sell these tickets, but that is only 1,000 tickets distributed. Is kind of crazy for that. What else we got? Do we have any other updates? Well, do we have a Blood and Guts update, I guess, is the question. I don't know if we have a Blood and Guts update. Oh, here we go. Is this it? Yep, here we go. Blood and Guts. So AEW Blood and Guts. Oh, no, sorry. This is Manchester. Okay, wait a minute. This is actually an important one. So AEW coming to you live in Manchester, England. Currently set up for 11,000. They've distributed 8,000 tickets. Again, this is going to be end of December in Manchester. Their first show in Manchester. I would expect them for a major Dynamite show to sell a considerable amount of tickets for this. I think certainly it's going to be one of their highest attended Dynamites of the year. I don't know if it edges out the big show they did in Mexico City, because I believe the final count there was like over 14,000, 15,000, but certainly a very big show here. Anyway, that's just where we are. I believe Chris Jericho versus Hangman Adam Page would have been a good story. Remember, Page has never beaten Chris Jericho. It's the story behind the match. I mean, maybe that's how they send him packing in AEW. That could be a very good story. And that could be a great way to get him out. Wrestling is growing like hell in Portugal. Takeshita was there earlier this year. If I'm not mistaken, there was even an indie company in my town. I'll go to a show before moving back to the UK. Man, shout out to Lisbon. Lisbon is also host to my favorite festival that I hope to attend next year. Right after All In. Hey, Omar, what's your favorite pay-per-view this year? My favorite pay-per-view this year. That is a very good question. I mean, again, I've had the privilege to attend a good amount of pay-per-views, all of which I pay out of pocket for. I want that to be clear. I think my favorite, I'll give you this, my favorite pay-per-view just wholeheartedly, and my favorite pay-per-view I've been to this year. Favorite pay-per-view I've been to this year was, I think, AEW All In. I love that. I love that show. I love the vibe. I definitely feel like I got my money's worth. I was there with a very good friend of mine, Kenny Baum. Shout out to Kenny Baum. And it was a great time. Great time. Favorite pay-per-view overall. That is a very tricky one because, again, there's a lot of great shows that you could point to. I think that it's a bit of a toss-up for me. I would put, again, this is WWE, AEW. I would put AEW Revolution. If it wasn't for that main event, it would be like an all-time level show. I would put that up there. I think Grand Slam is up there. Or sorry, not Grand Slam. All In is up there. And then I also think this past pay-per-view that AEW did in Wrestle so many Wrestle pay-per-views in Wrestle Dream was fantastic. I think if you're talking about storytelling, in-ring, all that kind of stuff, Wrestle Dream may have been the show of the year. Did you do anything fun in Texas when you went besides All In? I saw Superman, dope movie with Kenny Baum, and we had some Texas barbecue. I had Texas barbecue for the first time. I had never been to Texas before. That was a fun time. It was a fun thing. And yeah, we also tried to get into, what was it? StarCast. So, I mean, this is like a funny story. So Kenny Baum and I think we may have, I may have vlogged this, but I don't think I revealed this. So Kenny Baum and I tried to go to StarCast, and we didn't get tickets because we just like we just didn't. So our whole thing was like, all right, we'll get some breakfast, we'll go to Starcast, we'll get some tickets, and we'll do it up from there. Because I really wanted to meet Kevin Von Erich. I have a lot of respect for Kevin and his entire family as far as what they've done for professional wrestling. Like I think I've told a story on stream when we went to go get barbecue. Kenny and I did. We were talking to this very nice lady who was like the cashier at this restaurant, and she was telling us, like she was asking us, she was like, hey, what are you guys in town for? Because we had said we were out of town. And we told her that we were here, to see this big wrestling show. And she was like, oh, wrestling. Like, I'm not into that kind of stuff, whatever. And then I tell her, I'm like, yeah, we're trying to go see Kevin Von Erich tomorrow. And she's like, you know Kevin Von Erich? And she just started crashing out in the best way, in a good way, in a very positive way. She was just like, I love Kevin. I love that whole family. And then I'm like, here's the thing. Because I had told Kenny Bomb before. How the Von Erichs, to even if you were alive in the 80s in Texas, the Von Erichs are like royalty in Texas. And Kenny Bomb got to witness that himself. He was like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, no, it's that whole thing is the whole vibe that is true. People who have nothing to do with wrestling, they view the Von Erichs in a certain light. And that was so dope. That was so dope. But yeah, anyway, but yeah, no, it was a fun time. Again, I saw Superman, which is a great movie. I highly recommend everyone go check it out. I love it. I loved it. I thought AEW had a chance to get Io Sky, but saw her CW interview, and WWE let her work Japan, so she's in love with them now. Yeah, I mean, look, shout out to Will Chisholm, by the way. But look, it's just what it is, man. Io Sky has been positioned to be one of the wrestlers of the year overall. I think she is WWE's best. I don't think anyone's at a better 2025, than Io Sky in WWE. I think she carried the company in a year where you had some of the worst booking decisions, the worst creative, the worst promos, the worst storylines, the worst matches that WWE has produced in a long time. Io Sky was still there chugging things along. And I think she deserves a lot of credit for that. In the next 5 years, who do you see jumping ship from either WWE or AEW? I think that I could certainly see Mercedes going back to WWE at some point. I think Bayley is probably the next big name to jump to AEW. If we're talking about huge names, barring someone getting fired or whatever, I think Bayley is a name to watch out for. I think down the line, whether it's 5 years or whenever, Cody is another name to watch out for. I will die on this hill that I think there will come a day where Cody Rhodes goes back to AEW to finish his story. I think there's a lot of untold stuff to do there. There will come a time where WWE will have to work with AEW for something because it's inevitable for both of them to ignore the other for this long when it comes to a working relationship. I am hopeful that there will one day be a working relationship. I don't think that's honestly that realistic, considering the way WWE is doing business-wise and just how they view AEW. There's also just a lot of bad blood, too. I would like to visit America, but now ain't the right moment. If Custom sees my phone, they'll think I'm a commie. I mean, yo, dog, yo, you ain't alone, dog. You ain't alone. If Custom sees my phone, they'll think I'm a commie is crazy. Yeah, you ain't alone there, pal. That's an awesome story, man. Yeah, the Von Erichs are like gods in the South. Yeah, man. If you guys have not seen the documentaries, there's been several really good documentaries done about the Von Erichs. The WWE one is really good. If you guys want a fast-paced one that really tells you and tells the story in a very good way, I would recommend watching the Vice Dark Side of the Ring about the Von Erichs. and like Kevin does interviews for that, and it's just it's so great there. That's so great. Who on AEW and WWE needs an excursion to develop their characters? It's a good question. I mean, I think WWE should continue to let Omos do excursions. I think Omos was like at his most interesting when they were like letting him cook in All Japan. So I would be like, Omos, go wrestle in All Japan, dog. Go cook over there. let's make Omos an attraction in Japan. So I would do that. I mean, AEW I think has a lot of the right people doing excursions. One person I would like to see do an excursion is like Willow. Interestingly enough, I think that Willow coming in, with like some gold overseas would be dope, and being a big star. AEW has put MLW on Forbidden Door show next year. I don't see people getting hyped for New Japan anymore due to the fact that they don't really have anyone. I mean, they had Haruki Goto, and then he got injured, and then they turned back to evil. But like, look, they got Takeshita. I think the introduction of MLW into a Forbidden Door would be great. I know MJF is working on trying to bring Alex Hammerstone in for some work in AEW. I would expect Hammerstone to be involved in whatever MJF does when he gets back. They've already teased that at length, and Alex Hammerstone is someone who had a already existing relationship with MJF from their days in MLW. They were in the Dynasty together, so I would expect he would be there. I would also expect them to bring in other people. I could see potentially Richard Holiday is the big name that comes to mind too, I guess, with Dynasty, but I think MJF is going to come back with some heaters behind him. AEW should allow more excursions to New Japan, like a 1-year residency. I think that would be good. I think that would be really good for some wrestlers. I will say the excursions do kind of seem random right now. Outside of Takeshita, and Takeshita's different because he has a 3-way contract with DDT and New Japan Pro Wrestling and AEW. It isn't all friends wrestling anymore. Tony hasn't signed Cedric yet. Yet, my friend, yet. Where do you see Steve Maclin going when his contract is up with TNA? Probably back to TNA. Because I feel like we've done this Steve Maclin thing where it's Steve Maclin's contract is expiring, goes back to TNA, goes back to TNA, goes back to TNA. I could see NXT signing him, and then which would probably lead him to go back to TNA, ironically enough. Oh man, what do we got here? Since you travel a lot, what are some tips to travel? Like what company to book flights, what time to book proper flights, and flight etiquette, and the worst flight story. Oh, man. Well, firstly, I will go and answer all of this, but firstly, I need all of you guys to smash that thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, consider hitting that join button to get yourself access to some exclusive content, become a member, help support the channel. My biggest flight or travel tip is, here's the thing. It depends on what kind of traveler you are. I am a type of traveler where when I travel solo, I like to have concepts of plans. I have a beginning and an end point, but what I do in between is kind of decided last moment. I think that's really good to do and a fun thing to do. And if you haven't done it before, I highly recommend traveling by yourself. Because when you have a family and you're not able to do it anymore, you'll probably regret it. Obviously, if you want to do it within your means, I recommend price compare on Kayak. I've gotten a lot of really good deals on Kayak. If you have a VPN, definitely set your VPN to some countries. Thailand is a good one. Brazil is a good one. And then also, if you're looking for the cheapest rates on hotels, look on Hotwire. The issue with Hotwire is once you book a hotel on there, there's no canceling. There's none of that. You are locked the F in. So, and but the flip side of it is you can get some really good last minute deals on Hotwire, but once you hit that book button, you are locked in. There's no getting out of it. Unless you pay I think it's like a $50 whatever fee or whatever for it. So if you're not going to book ahead of time, that's how I recommend. The VPNs don't really work the same with hotels, unfortunately. What company? I mean, I already did that. Book proper flights. I will say always, whenever you sign up, right, and you can see the comparisons of what the different tiers of tickets. You can usually see how much economy plus is, or extra leg room, whatever plus, whatever they're gonna call it. But you can usually see what the difference is initially, and later on, when you're looking, just continue to check in to see if that difference goes down. Because for example, I was on I once did a thing where I I bought my ticket, obviously, and it gave me the option, for $400 extra, do you want to upgrade to economy plus? And I was like, $400? SMD, dog, no. But then a couple of days leading up to it, I got I kept checking, and then that price to upgrade actually went down all the way to 100 something. And I was like, look, I'm tired. The extra leg room at that point to me was worth it. And I was like, all right, we're dropping 100 on this. So there's little things like that. And then what is it? Proper flight etiquette. Look, here's what I will say about flight etiquette. My biggest pet peeve. I mean, I have okay, look, I'm an aisle seat guy. I want to be clear about this. I'm an aisle seat guy. I believe in aisle seat supremacy. Ideally, if I'm in economy, well, I'm always in economy, but when I'm traveling, I am in the especially internationally on those big Boeings or whatever. Or I don't like traveling on Boeings. Shout out to Airbus, but I'm in the middle section in one of the aisle seats. The advantage is when someone gets up to go to the bathroom, you got the leg room, you got all that stuff on one side, right? Someone gets up to go to the bathroom, I'm sleeping. I'm not getting up. The other dude's getting up. So there's that. But obviously, if someone needs to get up and they're tapping me or whatever, I'll get up and go do it. But easy access. You can walk around. Biggest thing, guys. Biggest thing. If you are traveling long distance, every hour or so, get up. Just get up, walk around, go to the bathroom, stretch. If you even if you don't have to pee or whatever, just stretch. Make sure you stretch. That's a huge thing people don't do. You'll end up with sciatica. God forbid, you might end up with DVT, considering your situations. So definitely do that. And then the worst flight story, there was a dude on my last trip that I took internationally where, look, he was a bigger guy, whatever, muscly guy, big, Roidosaurus next to me. And he put the arm, there's an armrest, right? He put the armrest up, and I get it. You want some more room, but buddy, I was I'm not trying to feel your arm. I don't know. It was a weird thing. I like the visual separation. This is my seat. That's your seat. Give me that. I don't like that. So that's my thing. Anyway, thank you, Reality Era. We got channel member Gerard Clark in the chat. Hey, Omar, sorry if I missed your new video a few minutes ago. Why would TK hire Enzo? What does he bring to the table with the exception of causing drama? So the TLDR, and you can go back and watch the actual explanation of this. Enzo did an interview where he was basically saying that he went to AEW and tried to get a job, and AEW basically said they're not interested, and then he crashed out on AEW a bit. So that's kind of what happened there. But welcome, Gerard. Good to see you, my man. Hopefully you're doing well. I think New Japan is slowly getting back to what they were. The last 6 months have been pretty good. Man, bro, I don't know. The House of Torture shit needs to stop. Evil needs to go. Get Evil out, bro. Get Evil out. I did not know House of Glory was owned by Master P. Yep. Master P. It's a good thing TK is being cautious about hiring new talent because it's time for Cedric and Dakota to get signed. Dakota, I could see. I mean, Cedric certainly I could see, but Dakota as well. Hater, yes, WWE did all they could to stop them from being the same scenes as MJF. 100 on legroom ballin'. Okay, look. It was legroom, a wider seat. All right, a wider seat, priority boarding. And look, they like the cutlery was very nice. All right, the cutlery was very nice. I got to eat in a plate, not instead of like a little like tray. Okay, look. It was like 100. I wanted to spoil myself and pretend like I was in business class. I ain't affording business class. Like if I went to business class, it would be like a $3,000 upgrade. I'm not paying all that money, bro. Bro said, I'm a window seat guy. There's nothing better than watching the sunset and sunrise and curvature of the earth, especially if you're crossing the sea or ocean. Yeah, I would be a window seat guy if I didn't feel claustrophobic every time I sat at a window. I need to be in an aisle seat. Tony Khan is definitely winning Booker of the Year this year. Most certainly. I mean, I think a lot of that too is like, I think Tony's been a lot better this year than he was. I think like honestly, 2025 outside the first few months, it's been some of the best booking that he's ever done. I do think that it's been helped, but his case, has been helped by the fact that Triple H is in his worst year as a booker. Ghetto is. I love Ghetto, but we gotta have serious discussions about him being the booker in New Japan. I mean, TNA, unfortunately. Like Shawn Michaels, Shawn Michaels booking makes sense. And I think I could see that argument, but yeah. WWE reminds me of a significant other that says, I'm not thinking about my ex, but is making hateful posts about them on social media when it comes to AEW. That is a pretty good analogy when it comes to WWE, I think, in AEW. I read that David Ellison is going to eliminate HBO Max and transfer all content to Paramount Plus if he buys WBD. This is why I object to this sale. Paramount isn't that enough for them. No. Larry Ellison, David Ellison, that whole crew, like CBS, Paramount, whatever you want to call them, they are in they are in very aggressive acquisition mode. And like again, like I said, they're not going to be stopped by this administration. Normally, you would have some guardrails set and like what's it called? The monopolization of media to this degree would not happen. If like Lena Khan was still was still doing her thing, like we would not be in this situation probably. But here we are. But again, like I mean, no one's gonna step in to stop it. The only hope is someone outbids them. I don't know who that would be, but yeah. I'm not sure if Paramount Plus would phase into WBD, or sorry, HBO Max would phase into Paramount Plus, or the other way around. But yeah, I certainly see some problems with the way that things are going in media in general. Because even if you look at the over. Like if you look at like how like media is kind of collapsing into like a couple of companies, all pushing the same narratives, whether it be news or whatever. I think that's insanely problematic because then the truth is secondary. Because as we know, Larry Ellison, when they bought the Free Press, or the Ellisons, when they bought the Free Press, or when they bought the Free Press, they brought Barry Weiss in to be the head of like CBS's, or like basically to lead CBS News, and this is like, okay, cool. The guardrails have seemed to have changed as far as the way they cover certain things, whether it be the Trump administration, whether it be what's happening in Gaza and the genocide, but doesn't matter. And I think that we should expect to see very similar things happen in terms of wrestling as well. This may sound stupid, but I would run Ring of Honor like an indie promotion, kind of like they do GCW, where anybody can show up. 100%. They should. That's how Ring of Honor should be done. That's, I think, the only real future that Ring of Honor has. Otherwise, you're just AEW's little like sideshow. Like it has no meaning. I meant that he bought Paramount. Isn't that enough? No, I don't think that's enough. No, when you're talking about billionaires, it's never enough. I have a pierced eardrum and a chronic infection, so I'm quite deaf in my right ear. That was the worst part of flying. It hurts as hell. Oh, I hate taking flights and landing. Oh, yeah, that must suck. Good thing. All right, here's the thing, though. One thing that has helped me, because I have felt that as well. I don't have a pierced eardrum, but I do have, like, a chronic infection. One thing that will help you is, like, some headphones. Like, genuinely. I know it sounds goofy, but if you have any, what's it called? Noise canceling headphones. Yeah, there we go. If you have noise canceling headphones, I am not going to plug or shill this product because they do not pay me. But if you have noise canceling headphones, they really work well at like covering your ears from that. So certainly look into that. What do we got here? This is literally the plot to the world in Cyberpunk 2077, where 5 companies own everything. I mean, like, dog, like 5 companies basically already own everything, and then like we're basically going from 5 to 3. All right. Let's see. Actually, no. Media companies, boys, girls, everyone else. I want y'all to look at this. This is a. That is some bad quality here. Okay, this is a bad quality chart, but let me actually find something a little bit better. I'm just trying to show you how like consolidated like media already is. When is this from? But yeah, like media is pretty much already kind of cooked into 5 companies. I believe it actually might be like 6, but. Okay, so these are like the big TV network / media properties. I'm just trying to pull this up. This is what happens when you don't have a producer. If you guys want to help me get a producer, hit that join button and become a member. Here we go. All right, who owns the big network? So you got like these are like the large media companies, kind of like as they have traditionally existed. I mean, even this, I would say, is pretty out of date, like, to be honest with you. Let me see if I can find, like, a good one. The Future Media Project. No, this is pretty shit. Anyway, I'll find one before the stream is over. But, like, media is pretty cooked, traditionally. Earplugs and bubblegum, that's what I do. Yo, I'm telling you, noise-canceling headphones, game changer. Outside of wrestling, Gunther, what do you see Brock Lesnar being when he gets back to WWE? I think they're going to do like a big match with him and Braun at some point. Wait till you look at who owns everything sold at grocery stores. Yeah, no, I've seen those charts. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Like we're cooked. I want to be abundantly clear. The whole like Cyberpunk 2077, 1984, Black Mirror episode, like we're there. We're there. Like, have you seen this shit with Sora? Have you seen the way that people are getting doxxed for like saying that like genocide bad? You get doxxed, you get canceled, you get fired. Like you get doxxed for saying that Charlie Kirk, like, who did not deserve to get killed, obviously, but said some racist, hateful stuff. It's insane. It's insane. Like we're in that world, dog. We're in that world. Doesn't BlackRock own the world? Probably. Well, no. BlackRock doesn't own the world. They just own the things that make the world an evil place. But yeah, no, like we're in a pretty cooked situation here. Like, and I'm not just talking about the United States. I'm talking about globally. We're pretty cooked. We're pretty cooked. Like the reality is that there's essentially a certain like a core group of people who have consolidated most of the wealth, most of the power, most of the influence in the world, and they are trying to flex that as hard as they possibly can. And It is changing the way we eat. It is changing the way, or not changing, but it is heavily influencing the way we eat. It is heavily influencing the way we consume media, whether it be wrestling or otherwise. It's really bad. It's really bad. Anyway, whoa, I just lost the chat. No, I just lost the chat. No, we just lost the chat. I just lost my doc. Oh, no. Oh, fucking A, mate. Fucking A. No, I lost my doc. Where'd my doc go? Fuck. I lost my doc that I pulled chats up with. I X'd out of it. Oh my God. Oh my God. You can't. What does Carrickle say? You are not allowed to state facts anymore. You can't call a racist a racist anymore. No, dog. Like dead ass. Like I was on eggshells when I was in Starmer's, England, because I was afraid they were gonna like arrest me for thinking like Palestinians should have human rights. It's cooked. I lost my doc. Oh, hold up, guys. I need my doc. Custom browsing docs. Hold up. Main chat. Apply. No, where'd my doc go? No, dog. This is so cooked. I lost my doc. I'm so mad about this. I'm so mad about losing my doc. Where's the overlay? Okay, hold up. I'm like dead ass in Stream Ninja right now, like cooking. I'm trying to get the other doc back. We need to get the other doc back, guys. All right, leave chats, everyone. Everyone leave chats. Everyone leave chats, please. Leave chats right now. Everyone leave chats. I don't know if we're gonna get the doc back, or I don't know if we're gonna get the chats back. Damn, I came here for wrestling and you dropping red pills. Hell no. Hell no. Red pills is crazy. Dog. I mean, that's crazy work. I do not want WWE to fail, but I really want to see how they're gonna look next year without John Cena retirement storyline as a crutch. I mean, but AJ Styles is gonna be retiring. They'll have a couple of retirement chores. Leave chats. Oh, it's not working. Oh no, it's not working. This might be cooked, boys. I might have fucked up. We lost it. We lost the chats. The chats have been lost, fam. Mr. President, we lost the chats. Hold up. Let me see if I can okay. All right, hold up. I think I may have fixed it. All right. Everyone, leave chats now. Start leaving chats again. Let's leave chats again. Leave some more chats. But yeah, no, certainly we're not red pilling people here. Nor that will I ever. How dare you accuse me of red pilling, dog? That's crazy. But yeah, what do we got here? Yeah. Anyway, guys, leave your chats. I don't know how I got to where I... See, look. When you guys don't leave wrestling-related chats, this is what happens. You guys should know better than this. I start cooking. We start over, so Enzo? No, we're back. Let's go! Chat, we're so fucking back. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Tomorrow is Thursday. Isn't that amazing? Well, today is Wednesday, and you know what that means. AEW Dynamite is coming live on the air in just about an hour. And I'm going to be cooking a whole host of things. Guys, be sure to get your chats in. We're in the home stretch of this episode of this stream. So get your chats in. If you guys want to guarantee your question or statement is out on the air, be sure to become a member just like Gerard, just like Tyrese, just like Sam. You guys can get access to exclusive emotes and get access to a bunch of dope member-exclusive content. And you may be wondering, Omer, what the fuck do I get with a membership? Why is a membership worth it? Well, let me tell you, brother. If you become a member, you get access to all video essays first and fast. Here we go. We got next week. It's coming out for everyone, but you guys can get access to these exclusively first if you become a member for as little as $5 a month. How Sami Zayn saved the Bloodline, the worst WWE championship ever. You also get some access to some exclusive archival content as well. I'm also hoping to post some vlogs up there as well. So guys, hit that join button, become a member, join the community, and help get this thing going, baby. Let's effing go. So Fright Night is tonight, right? Yes, Fright Night is indeed not on a Friday, Caracol. It is tonight. Omar, did you watch Welcome to Derry? No spoilers. I have not watched Welcome to Derry yet. I have it downloaded. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to try to start watching tomorrow and then Halloween night as well. Your Monet bait and switch video was dope. Very good analysis. It was, look. It was, some call it bait and switch. I didn't lie about like the content of the video. Like there's like, I think if you're talking about, I just said, like, why does everyone hate Mercedes Moné? Let's talk about it. And then I proceeded to make like a 13-minute video about why all of that is bullshit. But, you know, that's what I do. That's what I do. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. If you guys have not seen the latest video up on the channel, why everybody hates Mercedes Moné, go check that out. It's a banger. It's a banger, I think. I've been I have been very proud of some of these videos I've been putting out. The downfall of Rampage, that was a good one. The Britt Baker problem in AEW, the tragic downfall of Ring of Honor, all bangers. And then next week, we got 3 videos coming that the public has not seen. How WWE should retire Brock Lesnar, how Sami Zayn saved the Bloodline, and the truth about Jinder Mahal's WWE Championship reign, all coming out for members. Also got a couple of other ones I'm cooking up tonight, tomorrow, that'll be coming out. Or sorry, if those videos are going to come out next week, they're already out for members. Then I got a couple of other videos that are going to be out for members soon. So become a member, hit that join button. I will tell you all until I am blue in the face and satisfied with my YouTube pennies. So go do that, please. Anyway. Home stretch. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. Let's see what else is going on in the world. Oh my god. Fucking. Oh, dog. Destiny. That's crazy. I don't care about Destiny. I don't care. How we got Kyle O'Reilly versus Jon Moxley tonight on Fright Night Dynamite. That's a dope one. Did you see AEW advertising for a new marketing director to get houses up? I'm not sure if that's a new position or if their current marketing director left. Because I do think they had one. But either way, I certainly think freshening up that position would be a good thing. I think it was like a live event marketing director, I believe. I think freshening that up would be really good. And I think they certainly need it. It's a new guy making videos about AEW named Odugu. I hope I'm so mad I'm mispronouncing that. I like his style. Shout out to him. I'll check it out. Odugo? Yeah, I'll check it out. All right, guys. What else we got? Another 5 minutes and then I'm out. Then I gotta go. Then I gotta hop. I gotta run. 4 letters. 1 word. Gone. Wait. Okay, hold up. I'm checking out this dude's page. I have not seen a video. I'm not sure what's going on in any of these characters. This is all Kerrico. But He's Not Coming Home, Lil Bro is a funny ass title. This deserves way more than 81 views. Just based off the title alone. That's hilarious. Yeah, these are good. These are good thumbnails. Shout out to this person. Shout out to this person for the thumbnails. Again, I've not consumed any of their content yet, but just based off the vibes, He's Not Coming Home, Lil Bro is a funny title. Oh man. All right, guys. There's no more chats. I am gonna head out. You guys are awesome. I think you're the best community out there on YouTube. I really appreciate y'all and everything you do. And I think that, yeah, this is great. Y'all are dope. I'm being very serious and sincere. I love y'all. Double in the chat says, I think it would be dope if AEW used comic book writers for stories. That'd be dope. Yeah, be dope. Hell, fucking bring in James Gunn. Let's see what James Gunn. James Gunn would be crazy in AEW. James Gunn would be crazy. I don't know. James Gunn should be in WWE. He's a WWE guy for sure. He's a WWE guy. Man. All right, guys. I've been here for over an hour and a half. About an hour and a half, give or take. But I gotta head out. Love you guys. Enjoy Dynamite. Enjoy wrestling. Enjoy your week. Probably no streams over the next week or so. But I will try to do I'll do some impromptu streams or an impromptu stream or two if I can, if I have time. But videos are gonna be coming out over the next like week and a half. So go check those out. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Also, if you are in New York and you hear the sound of my voice right now, if you are a New York City resident, vote Zoran Mamdani. Fuck Andrew Cuomo. He's slapping fannies and killing grannies, just like Curtis Lee was said. Vote Zoran Mamdani. The dude is an awesome individual, and the shit that's been thrown his way is unacceptable. He wants to make shit free. He wants to make shit affordable. He wants to make shit, and by shit I mean transit, mostly transit, but he wants to do a lot of things that are going to help working class Americans, working class New Yorkers. He is him. Vote Zoran. That is a full-on, full-throated endorsement of Zoran Mamdani. Good dude. Fuck Andrew Cuomo. Again, fuck Andrew Cuomo. All right, guys, until next time, I'm Big Ohm. This has been Big Ohm Live. We've been getting really political, and I'm here for it. Political Ohm is wild. Absolutely. Fuck Andrew Cuomo. He is Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump, too. Keep it real, boys.